Hello everyone, welcome back to another reaction video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. If you are new to the channel and you are enjoying the content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. I hope everyone is doing well. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time off. It's pretty wild how, my birthday and my two sons' birthday are pretty much close together with mine. So July is pretty much lit, like for real. Like I usually just celebrate the whole month of July when it comes to my birthday, but I really go in more so like the week of my birthday. So it was pretty fun. We definitely had a great time. But now that I'm back, I know there is definitely a lot that I need to get caught up on. When I tell y'all, I pretty much for the most part was not on YouTube. I was not on YouTube. But I have, kind of combed the streets a little bit. I see some things been going on. So we're going to get caught up. So what I'm going to do is more than likely I'm going to start with the most recent video that Olivia did, but we're going to kind of work our way backwards. So y'all just bear with me. We're going to get caught up because I did see where she moved and now she has a roommate. Yeah, that's pretty hilarious that this is where this girl is, considering she's always calling people broke. She made it seem like, she had generational wealth, her people got money, but you had to resort to living with a roommate. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So we're going to get into that soon, but I want to start with this live that she did recently, like I said, and we're going to get caught up. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
So I have 4 chapters to do because I missed a couple chapters when I was in school. And, but yeah, it's okay. I was so happy to be back. I was like, oh my God, I'm back. I'm back. So I was happy to be back in class today. Yeah.
Olivia, didn't you just start school? How is it that you're already missing days of school and you're behind and you just started? This is not a good look, Olivia, and this is not looking like you are going to actually complete this. I hope you do, but the fact that you just started school and you're already behind in your schoolwork and you're already missing days, that's pretty wild, Olivia.
But let's get the likes up because we're almost to 100. Support the channel, you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody so much.
So just so y'all know, I'm already kind of skipping around on this live because she's really not talking about a lot. The video has probably been going on for, I'll say maybe 15 to 20 minutes so far. And I've had to kind of skip through it. Like I said, she's not really talking about much of anything. But what she has been doing up until this point is asking for her 100 likes. And this is the same girl who had a video that was over 200,000 views with over 1,000 likes. But she wants us to believe that that was authentic. Yeah. This is the same girl who's always begging for likes, but she just so happened to have a video that went the way that it did with over 1,000 likes. Yeah, definitely not adding up.
There's this guy, okay, slow down. I'm really close with his parents, but he acts like he likes me one week and doesn't the next. What should I do? Well, in the words of, what's her name? You know the lady, Sprinkle Lady? In the words of the Sprinkle Lady. But move on, okay? Don't worry about him. Have you 2. Have you 3. Don't spend your time worried about him. I understand that you're close to his family, but that doesn't mean nothing. Girl. Remember, you're young, you're beautiful, and you're capable, and you can have any man you want. Clock it. Okay. Clock it. Okay.
Oh Lord, now Olivia done got Kalani saying clock it. I cannot. But see, this is what I be saying. This is why Olivia does not need to be trying to solicit any type of advice, because she has women of all ages watching her, and I don't know for the life of me why these women are watching her, and I definitely don't know why they're asking her for, input on what they should do with their life. But for her to tell this girl to, get her 2 or 3 dudes, basically you advise this woman to be a hoe. Like, Olivia, you are ridiculous. You Oh my gosh. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Why are people looking at this woman's life? Y'all have been watching this woman crash out. Y'all have seen this woman leave her children behind. Y'all know this woman has 5 kids, but you can only see 2. And y'all see the decisions this girl has made. And yet y'all still think she can give y'all some sound advice? That is so weird. Y'all are weird for even asking this woman for advice on anything pertaining to your life.
Let's talk about the topic, because I can't be on here for that much longer. But you guys, I wanted to come on here and I wanted to tell you guys the truth. I wanted to tell you guys that, girl, you choking on this water, girlfriend. I wanted to tell you guys that it's true. You know, all of the strangers, all of the commenters, all of the weirdos, all of the strange people, they all got it right, you guys. I am in a okay, now we're spilling the water. I'm actually in a program and I'm waiting for housing because I'm so broke and poor. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with waiting for housing, you know. I'm in a program where I stay in like a shelter, and then the people try to find me a place for my kids and I to live. And I'm just, yeah. You sound like either Cardi B or Nicki Minaj. Oh my god, I don't sound like either one. But thanks. So yeah, guys, everything that you're hearing is true. The child is so cute. Thank you. Isn't she cute? Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I swear, I come on here and I tell you guys what's going on with me, and then people twist and turn and, girl, rewrite the whole story. And I'm just like, okay, like, what was the point of me saying anything? And that's kind of like how I've been like feeling about YouTube lately. Like, I'll say something and then people it's so weird. People want to know my business so bad. It's so creepy. But people want to know my business and tell my business so bad that they make up shit. Oh my god. Here's the thing. When I did my live yesterday, I have never seen so many grown-ass women get so excited about thinking I'm failing or something at life, and my life is just dwindling down into nothing, and I'm just nothing, and my life is just nothing. And it's like, if I'm nothing, why am I the topic of conversation all over the damn place? I just will never understand. Here, I will never understand that logic. Yeah, I'm in a roommate situation. I'm not in a program. But if I was in a program, then I would be in a program. Like, oh my god, gotcha. Like, I'm just never gonna understand I'm just never gonna understand.
So I guess Olivia is apparently, you know, trying to address rumors that were circulating on YouTube about her being on a program for housing. And this is what she's making reference to. I don't know where the rumors started. I have a suspicion of where it may have originated, but I have not been on YouTube to even know what that is all about. And I really don't care too much to know what that's about. But this is what she's speaking about. But here's my thing, Olivia. Whether you had to get on a waiting list, or you're in a program for housing, or if you're getting a roommate, you know, which I know you have a roommate now. But the point that I'm making is, I think the issue here is the way you have for over a year now have been calling everybody broke. And it's just very weird that this is where you are right now. So you had your own place in Texas. You decided to move to Florida to be with your sister. And then you went from your sister to being in a roommate type of situation with a female that you really don't know. So it definitely leaves questions, you know, because you said your family is 10 toes down for you. But yet you're in a situation where you're having to rely on another woman who, like I said, you barely know, to help you have housing for you and your children. It's very weird and it's very strange. Now, I get this economy is definitely challenging for a lot of people, and I'm not knocking anybody for doing what they got to do to get back on their feet. But it just does not make sense in your situation to be in this situation when you have gloated for a very long time over the fact that your family has money. Anything you need, your family comes through for you. You bragged about the fact that, your family put you up in houses, and, anytime you need financial or finances, they're there for you. So what's going on now? And why would you have to depend on a roommate when you got generational wealth? When you made it seem like every female was broke but you? Like, it's just weird, Olivia. And I believe that's where a lot of people are scratching their head when it comes to this situation.
How am I struggling if I have new lashes on? Don't get me wrong. I do hope you get through your tough times. Let me stop. How am I struggling if I have new lashes on? Baby, I do my own lashes. Yeah. Nothing's changed but your weight, more kids, more BD, and still spend your life on YouTube every single day. I guess, if that's what you think. I'm sorry you feel that way, if that's a bad way to feel. I mean, no, my haters are mad because you guys can never, and I repeat, never shake me nor break me. Okay, now this situation that I'm in right now, I chose to be in this situation. Understand when I say this, I'm roommating, but I most definitely have my own place. Clock it, yeah. I'm choosing to be right here where I'm at right now. If I wanted to go and be in my own place, I would go and be in my own place.
So this is the second time that I have caught where she has alluded to the fact that she still has her place. My question to you guys is, do you believe she still has her apartment in Texas? Because, again, I've heard her make mention of this before, and the first time I heard her say anything regarding this was she made it a point to say that if she wanted to be in Texas, she could, because she still had her place. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but that was kind of around what she said. So y'all let me know, do y'all think she still has her apartment in Texas? But, I just think it's weird that, let's just say hypothetically she does. I'm trying to figure out, was the purpose in her going back to Florida was solely about school? I don't know. It's just not making sense. None of this is making sense. I don't get how she's moving. To her, it makes sense. And trust me, I get Olivia she does, I know, throw a lot of stuff out here, and it's not always truthful. So her saying that she has a place, and she can go to that place if she chooses to, that could very well be a lie. But I'm just noticing that this is not the first time she's made reference to this. So y'all let me know what y'all are thinking.
But I want to be right here. You know why? Because I'm in school, bettering my life for my children. Right? Okay, cool. So enough is enough. Okay, enough is enough. I beat you. I win the game. I'm the winner. Okay? And that's just all there is to it. You guys are never going to break me down. You're never going to hurt me. You're never going to stop me. You're never going to do nothing but go like this. Run your gums. That's all everyone ever is going to do. Okay? But talking about I'm in a like, I never seen so many grown-ass women get excited to see Olivia in a program. Like, girl, and if I was in a program, shit, more kudos to me. Shoot. Bunch of grown-ass, dusty-ass, insecure-ass women on this internet. I just don't understand. Yeah, but me in a program? No, I'm not in a program. Like I've told you guys before, if I was in a program, I would just come and tell you guys. I don't care. What the hell? If I was in a program, I'm still the baddest bitch. Like, that doesn't change anything. If I was living in my car right now, in my beat-up, what is it? It's a beat-up hunk of junk. What they call it? What do people call beat up cars? What you call it in LA? They call it a hoopty. If I'm in the hoopty, riding, driving, and sleeping, that's my prerogative. That's my life. I'm still gonna be the baddest bitch riding in the hoopty, sleeping and driving around. Yeah, in the hoopty. So this is my point. Like that lady was just saying, okay, we were just listening to her. Demonic people, okay, they will try and they will stop at nothing to try to bring you down. Okay, I see it every single day on this platform when it comes to me particularly, but I see it with all people. People go through this all the time. I see all types of influencers going through this. And with me particularly, I'm going to speak on me. It's like they'll stop at nothing. They're so threatened by me. They're so, oh my God. In the same breath, they'll talk about I'm not shit, but I'm everything to them. They couldn't do what they do without me. And let me tell you guys something else. People can be jealous of you for a range of things. It could be the way you look, what you have, what you don't have, how you captivate an audience, your swag, the way you dress, the way you do this, the way you do anything. A person that sees in you that they do not possess, they will, and they are a demonic spirit, and they have envy and jealousy in them. They will be jealous of you, and that's just what it is. So that's what I feel like I deal with a lot on this platform. And it is what it is. Like I said, no, once again, you guys got the T wrong. You didn't clock shit. But like I said, if it makes you feel better and if it makes everyone sleep better at night that I'm in a program, I guess.
Once again, I find it very fascinating that Olivia can speak on the things she speaks on and not feel any type of conviction whatsoever to the fact that she's guilty of doing the same. She wants to talk about demonic spirits and how people who have a demonic spirit has this vengeance towards people, who has this goal to bring people down, and yet you have been guilty of the very same thing you're trying to speak on about how people are treating you. This is what bothers me a lot about you, Olivia, is your lack of ability to have any type of self-awareness to the things that you want to point out that other people are doing to you. You're guilty of doing the same thing. So when we look at your track record and all the evil things that you have done to other women, you're telling me that you can't acknowledge the fact that you yourself was also guilty of having a demonic spirit that was influencing you and motivating you and guiding you to do the things that you was doing to other women on this platform? You think it's the motherly thing to do to have a woman lured to your home to have them arrested in front of their children? You tried to set Jasmine up to come to your house knowing that you had already put a warrant out for her arrest, and you knew she was going to have her kids with her when she came to your house. But you didn't care. You didn't care that you put a warrant out for this woman, knowing that regardless if what she said should not have been said to begin with, you knew she was not going to do that to you. And you knew that you provoked that woman to say what she said. You bullied and harassed this woman for over a year, and then when she said something that was incriminating, you called the police and put a warrant out for her arrest. You put out a harassment charge against her. And knowing that this is what you did, you was still contacting her, you was still trying to befriend her, and when that didn't work, you went even more harder to try to bring this woman down. But you want to call other people that do what they do towards you demonic.
You know? But, yeah. Anything that the internet knows about me, I come and I tell you guys. And here's the thing. Even if I don't come and tell you guys and I give you guys a little drop of information, like, look guys, I'm staying in a new place and I'm roommating with this girl. She has kids, I have kids, and it's a great situation and we're having a lot of fun. Then, oh no, that can't be the truth. She's in a program and she's down bad and she's whatever, even if it was the truth and I was out here struggling down bad, I've never seen so many grown-ups get excited about me doing down bad stuff, okay?
You never seen any grown woman getting so excited about seeing another woman doing down bad stuff. Well, maybe you should take a look in the mirror, Olivia, because guess what? You are guilty of that too. You're the one who came on here thinking it was so hilarious that Jasmine was stressed out. You thought it was so funny when she was on here crying, sharing what she was going through. You thought that was the most funniest thing ever. Telling her to put her grown panties on and, get it together and all of this stuff that you were saying. You also found it to be extremely hilarious that another woman was homeless. You thought that was so funny that her and her child had to sleep in a car until they were able to get their home living situation taken care of. You thought that was funny. Like, you have made fun of Chrissy, moving from state to state, from place to place, and guess what? You ended up doing the exact same thing. You came on here trying to throw jabs at Jasmine recently because she was doing DoorDash. You thought that was funny. You thought that was something for you to look down on her for. But look at you. Look at what you're doing. It's just weird that you can see everybody else's stuff but your own.
And it's really pathetic. It's quite honestly the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. But it's just not the truth, But like I said, if it was, I would say that. You know what I mean? I would say that. I would totally say that. I would be like, yeah, guys, I'm in a program. Shit. Like I said, more kudos to me. Shit. Why can't I get Section 8 about this bitch? Why can't I get... Okay, I'm not getting Section 8, and I'm not on the list or anything to get Section 8. I'm just saying, I wish I was. Okay? Shoot. Let me block this person. I wish. Shit, y'all know of a program I can get into? Let me know, honey. Let me know. Everybody has down days. Everybody has down moments, okay? But the point of life is to not let those moments define who you are, okay? And I would be a damn fool to come on here and say my life is perfect. Everyone acts like I act like my shit doesn't stink. No, my shit stinks. Okay?
Olivia, it's not everybody trying to make it seem like your stuff don't stink. It's you coming on this camera acting like your stuff don't stink. Like, girl, you are so manipulative. And you try so hard to flip and twist your words around like people ain't seeing what it is. It's you coming on here throwing insults, you making fun of people's struggles, and you making fun of people having their down moments when they're trying to figure life out, when life is beating them up and they're trying to catch a break. That's you coming on here making fun of them. But now you want to act like you get it, you understand, because you don't want it done to you. Like, girl, you are so manipulative. And you are so dishonest.
Okay? When I go take a shit, it stinks like everybody else's, okay? But the difference between me and my haters is I'm the chosen one. And they're working for the devil. You understand? So that's why there's so much riffraff, and that's why there's so much misinformation, and there's so much, girl, just madness.
Oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. We are not going to skate through that statement and not call that out. No, ma'am. That is a lie from the pits of hell. Are there people on this platform that may have been guilty of doing some things to you that was left? Probably so. But what you're not going to do is come on here and make yourself out to be the little angel when you're not. We're not going to be doing that, because I've called you out from day one that you've been on this internet definitely doing the devil's work. We are not fenced to flip this narrative around. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. Because there is too much that you have said and done that has been archived on this internet showing otherwise. You very much have been doing the devil's work. Very much have been. And just because you call yourself listening to a little sermon on this live that I did not play does not make you an angel. And it definitely doesn't make you innocent. You have very much been guilty of doing the devil's work. Let's be extremely clear about that. And let me also add this, because you said you're the chosen one. You are the chosen one when it comes to the fact that you allowed yourself to be an open, willing vessel for the devil to use. Let's be clear about that too, Olivia, because I notice you like using little words like, I'm called to do this. Now you're chosen. Now you're the chosen one. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. See, I see right through you. I see that spirit so clear. That manipulative, lying spirit. You are not the chosen one. But what you were chosen for was to be used by the enemy, and you continue to allow yourself to be open to be used by the enemy. Anybody that has discernment, anybody that truly has eyes to see and ears to hear, and has the Holy Spirit living on the inside of them, not no demonic spirit. Let's be clear about that. I'm talking about the spirit of the one true living God, Yahweh. That spirit. When you truly have that spirit living on the inside of you, you can discern rightfully who a person is and what spirit they are being influenced by. Like, you are really getting on my nerves trying to use Bible words to try to paint this picture to make you look like you are innocent when you're not. I see you have some new people over there and you're trying to spin a new narrative for them, but it's too many people that see the truth. And it's too many people that see it for what it is that outweighs any new person that you may get over there, rallying behind you. And at the end of the day, Olivia, the only one who's going to end up suffering and having to reap all of the havoc and the chaos that you are spewing over there from your lies and your manipulations, you're the one who's going to have to deal with those consequences. And you just keep digging deeper holes and ditches for yourself. You think you're getting away with things, but you're not, Olivia, because there is a record that is being recorded of everything you do. Everything is being recorded. And I find it to be extremely disheartening for you to come onto this internet trying to make it seem as if the way that you're moving now is for the betterment of your children, when in all actuality, what you should be focusing on is your character. Because your character sucks, Olivia. Your character, your principles, your integrity, it's all taint. And that is what you should be working towards, because that is what's going to cause your children to respect you. Not if you finally get a certificate or a degree in something. Not if you are able to finally have a career. Not if you are able to have some type of money or wealth that you can leave to your kids. No, they're going to respect the fact that you were a good person. They're going to respect the fact that you were a woman who had morals and integrity. They're going to care more about your heart, how you were towards people and how you were towards them. That's what they're going to respect the most, because everything else fades. It doesn't hold weight in this life, because those things are not going with you when you pass away.
Madness. But yeah, what is what it is. They were itching for some tea. They got out their nasty beds like the mummies on the coffin. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Like I said, what are you rejoicing for? Is this a moment to rejoice because you think I'm doing bad? No, I'm doing really good. And this is another thing that I hate when people come and leave comments on my, oh, but you talked about this person. Oh, and you said this about that. I sure did. And I stand 10 toes down on every fucking thing I've said. Everything I've said about everybody that I've said it about. 100%. Have I ever backed it? Maybe I have apologized to my subscribers for bringing you guys drama when it wasn't necessary to bring you guys drama, like in the past with my ex and just shit like that. Shit that I could have avoided on my part. But like talking shit, everything that I've said about everybody still stands, okay? And Everybody, any single time somebody says, "Oh, this is why you're doing down bad because you talked about this girl," bitch. What? Like, everybody in this world talks shit about people that they don't like. Okay, everybody.
Wow. Y'all see what I'm saying? See, I didn't even know this is what she was going to say. I hadn't even watched this live. I'm literally reacting as I watch this. This further proves my point. You came on here, you made it seem like you wanted to change. You felt bad for being the person that you had allowed yourself to become on this internet. You cried real tears. And you made it seem like you was turning over a new leaf. You was starting a new chapter in your life. And then you had the audacity to say that when people do X, Y, and Z, they are demonic. But yet you turned around in the next breath and said everything that you have said and done on this internet towards other women, you don't make no apologies for it. You stand 10 toes down in everything you have said and done. And this right here is what the Bible meant when it says, you judge a tree by the fruit it bears. She's showing you her fruit. Now, if you choose to turn a blind eye to what she's showing you, that falls on you. But Olivia, this is why I keep saying what I say about you. Your truth always reveals itself, whether you intentionally try to do it or not. Because that's what happens when you try to pretend that you are something that you're not. Anyone who has the spirit of the living God inside of them would not have this attitude. They would be apologetic. They would be repentive. They would want to make every wrong right. But that's not you. You hold firm to the things that you have done that were wrong. And you make no apologies for it. And let's be clear about this. The only reason why you called yourself coming on this internet apologizing to the subscribers that you have is because you knew you kept losing them. That's the only reason why you gave any type of apology to them. It's because you knew you was losing a lot of your subscribers. Wow.
So is that the reason why you did this and this and this and that happened to you and that happened because you talked about Esther over there? Is that why that happens to you? And da 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 da. Bitch, bye. Okay. Like I said, I stand on everything. Everything. Hold on, let me show you. I stand on everything. Okay? I just want to let you guys know that because it's important. It's important for you guys to know that I stand with all 10 of my toes down on everything that I've ever said. Okay? Okay, awesome. Yeah.
So let me also be clear, Olivia. The fact that you choose to continue to have that stance, understand you will continue to reap what's coming your way. See, you've admitted many times you are very hard-headed. And please believe, life is the biggest classroom you will ever find yourself sitting in. And life has a way of teaching you, even when you choose to run away and to not want to take accountability and deal with your reality. Life still has a way of grabbing hold of you and doing to you what needs to be done so that you will get to a point. You will get it. And the more you try to run, the more you try to, not want to look at what life is trying to show you, the harder the lessons will be. So, you declaring you're so hard-headed, life knows how to deal with very hard-headed people. But just understand, the outcome of what that's going to look like, it's not going to be pretty. Life will continue to beat you down until you do surrender. And if you continue to still refuse to surrender, your eternity is not looking great. I don't wish that on nobody, Olivia. But you are very hard-headed. You are very delusional. You are very self-centered. And your views when it comes to what life is very distorted. And you're in for a very rude awakening. The things that you have already gone through, the things that life has already had to beat you down over, with the average person, they would have gotten it by now. But with you, you just continue to refuse, ignore, pretend that you're not doing anything wrong. But like I said, life knows how to deal with people like you. And if you truly want to turn your life around for the betterment and for the betterment of your children, you really need to get a hold of this very quickly. I think this is crazy beyond measures that you're moving the way you are and you ain't learning nothing. If anything, you're just making your consequences that much more harder, and what you see come from it that much more undesirable.
Yeah. But anyway, try again. It was hard. Like I said before, I mean, there's a lot. And I don't even want to, doing YouTube, I've realized, like, why am I telling these people my business? For what reason? I don't have to. I can tell you guys what I want to tell you guys, and I can not tell you guys what I don't want to tell you guys. But moving here was, once again, let me say it again for the people in the back, it was a choice. In life, there's choices. I don't usually do things that I don't want to do in actual life. You feel me? And for the most part, I have choices. So, yeah. Let me block John. So yeah, this was a choice to move here, and it was hard at first because it was a change, it was something new. But I'm happy that I made this choice, and this is a temporary choice. And when I move into my house or my next apartment or wherever I move, that will be that on that, okay? I was just about to say, get John the F out of here. Yeah, and also, it was a big transition, as everything is when you move. I had to move my stuff. I had to pack up my little stuff and the little stuff that I got and bring it over here. And I missed a couple days of school. And it was hard, it was just a transition, moving from that place to this place. And, but it's okay. This is one of my last transitions. You know what I mean? I feel like once I move out of here, I'm going to get maybe possibly another apartment, or depending on the money and depending on everything else, I might move into my forever home. We don't know yet. And when I say we, I mean me and my support system, because a bitch got backing. Okay? So that's just that on that. Shout out to my people. And yeah, shout out to everybody who looks out for me and loves me and cares about me. And yeah, you guys, don't let anybody get you down. Okay? When the demonic spirits around us, when they know that they cannot personally do anything to tear us down, they just attack us in every single which way. They start with the lies. They go for the thing in your heart that you care most about. They attack and attack and attack. And you know what? I've been attacked so much on this internet about my 3 children that you guys pretty much flattened the button for me. And what that means is you guys made me like numb.
I want y'all to catch what Olivia just said right here. She said the demonic spirits around you, when they cannot bring you down, they will first lie on you, and then they will go after what is near and dear to your heart, your children. You see how the devil always tells on itself? You see that? See, she thought she was saying these things to, kind of make her out to be the one that was the victim. Basically saying, this is what was done to me. But Olivia, you told on yourself. You told on yourself, because this is exactly what you did. When you couldn't get to Jasmine, you created a lie, and then you used that lie to go even further into going after what was near and dear to her heart, her children, and you also attacked the father of her child. with that same lie. You was very vindictive. You had no care in the world because your sole purpose was to destroy this woman. Because you was angry that she did not want to be your friend. I don't care what you trying to come on here and have been trying to come on here to make it seem like that's not what it was, but that's exactly what it was. Because we heard the phone call, Olivia. We saw how you kept calling her and reaching out to her after the fact, too, of you putting this false allegation out there. You was mad that not only did Jasmine no longer want to be your friend, you was mad at the fact that she revealed to the internet that Zolo was AJ's father. You was mad about that. And you wanted your lick back, and you didn't care how you got your lick back. But you want to talk about demonic spirits. Okay, girl.
As far as the internet goes. So I do appreciate my haters in that way. Like, you guys, I don't give a fuck what you guys say. You guys can say anything up under the sun. This last weekend, I guess I scrolled by something and I seen it, and I guess my ex was celebrating his birthday, and then they tagged me in it and they put my photo and his. Girl, I don't care about none of that. Like, people still try to hurt me behind my ex that I was just sleeping with a couple months ago. Like, you guys could. That whole situation is so wrapped up tight and thrown in that damn garbage can out there. Like, have you guys ever felt so disgusted with yourself for messing with somebody else? That is how I feel about that man, okay? In no type of situation is anybody over there winning. There's no type of scenario, anything that you guys could ever make me feel any types of way about that situation. So please stop, okay? Now, when it comes to my children, I love them. I miss them. They're my babies for life. I'm their mommy for life. For life, God willing, okay? But the internet can't hurt me about that shit. Nothing you guys say. That's the first thing. Oh, she don't even have her kids. She don't even have. How could she eat at Subway? She doesn't even have her kids. How could she use an iPhone? She doesn't even have her kids. How could she drive a car? She doesn't even have her kids. It's like, pipe down, okay? You said it enough times. We all understand Olivia's not with her 3 kids, okay? But here's what we're not gonna do. You guys are not gonna gaslight the situation anymore. We all know, for the people who have paid close attention, why I don't have my kids, okay? Imagine, this man came, took my kids from me, did the narcissist shit we were just listening to. He took my kids from me, then turns around and says, you're never there for your kids. You keep my kids from me, but then you turn around and say, oh, you can't even be there for your kids. But you won't let me even talk. Like, you guys are not going to play the narcissist game with me anymore, or the gaslighting game with me anymore. We all know what it is. We've all seen it live in action, okay?
Imagine the fact that you have been on this internet for 5+ years, calling this man a narcissist, saying this man took your kids, saying all of these things, and you turned around and had an affair with him. A 5-month-long affair with this same man that you was already saying all of this stuff about before the affair. And now you're turning around and saying the exact same thing after the fact. Like, imagine that. This is weird, Olivia.
Like, literally, you guys have seen it live and in action, okay? So, anyway, it is what it is. My situation will be handled by the Most High, you know? That's the only person who can handle my situation. That's the only entity that can handle my situation is the Most High, okay? Not anybody on YouTube, not even me. I can't even handle that situation. God is in control, and God will handle that situation. But while God is handling that situation, I'm down here on earth getting my shit together. Mama! Getting my shit together, so when my kids come back into my home with their mother, I will be fully ready and capable, you know? And that's what boss bitches do. This is what I wish I did 5 years ago, but I didn't because I was so hung up on the sadness of it all. You know, it was hard. It was really, really hard at first. No, you're not gonna just scroll through my phone. That's what you're not about to do. But yeah. But we're not going to act like it's something that it's not, okay? That's what you guys are never going to do anymore. The haters, the watchers, the stalkers, the insane, and the delusional, okay? We're going to act like it is what it is, okay? Because it is what it is, honey. And in the next year or so, I will have a full-on degree to show you guys, and I will be so proud of myself. And you guys will be proud of me soon. But until that happens, I don't talk about my school. I just say, you know, I went to class and blah, blah, blah. I got an A on my test and blah, 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 you know. But other than that, don't worry about it. People don't want to believe I'm in school. Good, don't believe it. Like I said, people can believe whatever they want. Okay, people can say whatever they want. You guys just keep doing what you're doing. I'm here to validate you guys and tell you guys, if you guys are trying, you're on the right path. That's all it's about. That's all life is about, is trying. You can, okay, I'm trying to give you my phone. Here you go. You don't want it? Here, you want some vitamins? No. Oh, somebody's sleepy. Somebody's sleepy. Ew, Kailani. Here, you want this remote? Yeah, I know you want that. You're not supposed to have that. People need to mind the business that pays them and pays them. They always so worried. Girl, always so worried about me, but I ain't shit, and I'm nothing, and I am nobody, and I am nothing. Girl, I can't tell. Shoot. Like I said, this is how I've designed my life. Is it ideal for everybody? No. Is this the way other people would have went about things? No. This is how I've designed my life, because I know that I deserve better than I was getting in my past life, you know, in my old life, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a woman who settles for less. I might do it for a little bit, but in the back of my mind, I'm always going to have that scratching feeling of, girl, you're better than this. Girl, you deserve better than this. Girl, what are you doing? You feel me? Not every woman has that. Some women will get with people and stay in a cheating relationship, in an abusive relationship, whatever the case may be. They'll stay because they're scared to venture out and take on the world by themselves. Me, I'm not scared of shit. Nothing. I've taken on every single thing in my life on my own. Well, with my family having my back 100%, but I've taken it on all by myself. I didn't stay in no horrible relationship where I was being cheated on. Now, did I go back and did I do some stupid shit? Yes, I did. But I'm just saying, to be a woman, to stay and girl, I'm not that type of woman. That's not who I am.
Olivia, again, you have yourself out here looking extremely crazy right now, because you're trying to throw jabs at Nisha with what you're saying right here, making her out to be dumb because she's choosing to stay. And honestly, I don't understand why she stays. But, you know, that's not my relationship. That's not my marriage. Everybody does what they does for their own reasonings. But for you to try to throw jabs at Nisha for being dumb, for staying, how is it that you think you're not worse? Because you've been there, done that, and went back for more, Olivia. That's the reality of this situation. You've been the girlfriend who was cheated on. You've been the wife that went through it. And now you allowed yourself to be the side chick to another wife that Jerrod has. And you want to come on here and talk about how women should be? You haven't made mention of it in this live yet, but we know in previous lives you was going on this whole quest of, you know, preaching to women about having self-value and self-respect and self-love and, you know, having worth and knowing your worth. You wanted to speak all about that. All the while, you just completely diminished yourself, diminished your worth, your respect, your self-love, all of that. You just literally just put Jerrod above all of that. But this is the pattern. This is what you do. If it's not Jerrod, it was Zolo. If it wasn't Zolo, it was Brandon. If it wasn't Brandon, it was some other dude. You always put men above your children, above your self-respect, your self-value, your self-worth, which is why I said what I said months ago about you not having any of those things. And to try to prove me wrong for saying that, you wanted to go on this journey of preaching it as if you knew what it was and to say that you had those things. But you continue to show that this is not what it is, that you really don't know what self-value is. You really don't know what self-love is and self-respect because of how you move. And for you to think that you are better than Nisha is crazy. Because you want to make her out to be dumb for staying. Like I said, you've been there, done that, and went back for more, Olivia. You are in no position to be saying anything at all.
But it seems like on this internet and what I'm getting from women, a lot of women are those types of women, you know? And here's my whole thought process behind it. You're either a woman who sees your value, knows your value, and knows you can get better, or you're a woman who knows that you cannot get better, you don't have value, and that's all you can get, you understand, out of life. I've just been the other type of woman. So if that means that I have to grab life by the balls and ride this thing hard to the finish line, that's what we're gonna do. The hard struggle, do it on my own type of way. I'm not gonna do it the easy way.
Y'all, this is too funny. I done literally sat here and said, I ain't heard this girl make mention of this yet. I know she mentioned it in previous lives. And then she turns around and speaks on this. Like, y'all, this is funny to me. This is funny. Because it's like I see how this girl moves. And I pretty much called it out before I even heard her say it. And here it is, she's saying it. And it's like, Olivia, I do not understand for the life of me. And I know I'm not the only sane person listening to this right here. But how in the world can you still try to lump yourself into the category of being a woman who has self-love, self-respect, self-worth? When you just admitted 2.5 seconds ago that you went back to the man that you said was a narcissist. You went back to the man that you claimed took your kids. But then you want to turn around and say you're not that type of woman? You want to make it seem like you're different than Nisha? Because she's married to Jerrod and she chose to stay? When you yourself also was married to Jerrod and you wanted to stay? You wasn't the one who filed for divorce. Jerrod did. And it took you how long to sign the divorce papers, Olivia? Yeah, because you wanted to stay. Yeah. But you a different type of woman. Girl, bye.
I'm not gonna do it the easy way. I'm not gonna do it the content way. I'm not gonna do it the, oh, as long as he comes home way. I'm not gonna do it the losing myself 300-pound way. I'm not doing that. We did that before. We're not doing that again. So anyway, to each his own. But my whole thing is, I feel like if you are that type of woman, stop judging women who are brave enough to do their own thing. You know, if you're a kept woman, if you're a doormat, stay a doormat and rally for the doormats. But the strong, independent women out here who know your worth, stay strong, ladies, okay?
Olivia, I know you try so hard to put yourself in the category of being a strong, independent woman, but you have yet to still be able to hold yourself to that standard. You are very much dependent on your family. Your sister, your mother, your stepfather. Yeah, you're very much dependent on them. So just because your mother made the decision to no longer live with you does not make you independent. When you are truly independent, you do what needs to be done by yourself. You're not depending on anyone for housing, for finances. Yeah, you're doing it by yourself. Okay? That's what being independent is. And I just feel like for you to keep trying to spin this narrative like you're strong and you can do it all on your own, but yet we always see you on this internet crashing out. We always see you on this internet talking about how, you know, your family is having to come in and rescue you from this and that situation. They're having to help you get into your apartments. They're helping you with your transportation. Yeah. That's not strong. That's not independent. I mean, even when it comes to your two children, how many times have we had to see Stella parenting from the chat? So again, that does not speak to you being strong or independent.
It's hard out here, but stay strong. I see people, and we're talking about relationships because people act like relationships are not valid. They are very valid in our grown people age, okay? You're a weirdo if you don't want a partner for life or a relationship at the end of the day. If you want to just be by yourself forever, that kind of does classify you a little bit as a weirdo, right? So I think everybody wants somebody to love and love them, and they want a partner for life, you know. But I see so many people out here settle for anything because they can't do it on their own, or they're scared, or it's so sad. It's so sad. And I'm just not that type of person. Yeah, I'll have a roommate. I'll drive a hoopty. I'll take the bus to school if I have to. No one's story is perfect. No one's story is perfect. But you know what? It's perfect in your own way. Because even though my life might look like a hot mess to other people, my story is perfect for me. This is my story, and this is my story, and it's who it's my life, you know. Yeah, a lot of people have it much worse. A lot of people have it much better. Whatever you think is better. I just know what type of person I am. So getting to know myself better and loving myself for real, I just know what I'll put up with and what I won't put up with, and that's just what it is.
What I find sad about what you just said, Olivia, is, again, you're trying to throw jabs at Nisha for settling, as you call it, to be with Jerrod, or to stay with Jerrod. But look at what you settled for. How many times was you calling the police on Brandon, but yet you settled to be there in that situation, subjecting your children into that environment? Look at what you was willing to settle with when you was with Zolo. I'm just so confused by you, Olivia, because again, it sounds good when you say things, but it doesn't seep through. Because you're such on the surface with everything that you do and say. You don't take things seriously, because even when you're saying what you're saying right here, there's a smile on your face. So it's like you just let a lot of things just kind of, just go over your head, because you're not taking anything seriously. You're not really looking at the decisions that you've made and why you are where you are. Because you're always quick to want to divert the attention away from you when it means that it's going to make you look like you're the dumb one, or it's going to make you look like something is wrong with you in some kind of way. You got to make yourself look polished, make yourself out to look like you're smart, you're intelligent. I could never, I'm not that girl. But it's always the opposite of that. You're always guilty of the very things that you're trying to make it seem like you're so knowledgeable about, and you're so aware of how you would never be that girl, but you keep making decisions that put you in that same in that same position. You are the one who has settled repeatedly in relationships. It's just very weird watching you move.
Anyway, I just had to say all that. I know that was a lot, but shit is annoying. It's like, I swear, I be trying to come up on here and have some real conversations with y'all, but it's like, I don't understand. Maybe I'm just too advanced and people are just too slow. I don't know what it's giving. I've been saying this forever. I am definitely in the wrong sector. I'm in the sector of pick-me's and can't do better, okay? Can't do better than pick-me's all around me, okay? And I'm just like, I don't want to be in this sector anymore. I don't want to be nowhere near any of these people. Don't put me in the same category. I don't care if I don't have my 3 kids. We know why I don't have my 3 kids. Shit. I always tell you guys, be grateful. See my story and be grateful that you guys didn't get with a man like the man I got with, if you can even call him a man. Be grateful, okay? I was just talking to my roommate the other day, and same shit. I feel like when a man gets to a certain point where he really feels like he's losing you, because I've heard it from so many different women. Women always tell me, yeah, he told me he was going to take the kids. Yeah, he told me he was going to take the kids. But at the end, the men usually back down. Okay, well, I just got with one who has no type of heart, no type of feelings. And you can tell that by the way he treats people. It's not just how he treats me. He treats all women like dog shit. He treats people like dog shit. He treats himself like dog shit. He doesn't even care about himself, let alone other people. So that's my mistake. I will forever live with that mistake. But instead of condemning me and judging me every chance you guys get, because that's not me. That's not my story. And I'm not going to let him make that my story. Everything he's doing to the kids by keeping them out of my life and keeping them over there and da 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 and all these games he's playing and the cheating and the sleeping around and the catching gonorrhea, oop, and everything else, girl, that's his story. That's not my story.
So with everything you just said about Jerrod, what does that really say about you, Olivia? See, we've heard all this before. We've heard you attack Jerrod's, man card. Like, you really came after his man card. You called him all kind of names. You said he was unattractive. He gained all this weight. We heard all of these things. You accused him of, physically abusing, Robin. He took your kids away. He was playing games and you not being able to, see your children. We heard all of these things. And yet, here you are in 2025 after the fact. After you had a whole 5-month affair with Jerrod. Now you want to come back and attack his man card again by saying that he's not a man. Well, was he not a man when you was enjoying being intimate with him for 5 months? Was he not a man when you bragged about the fact that y'all were having sex at a gas station in his new truck? Was he a man then? Was he a man when you was bragging about the fact that you was sitting on his face? I'm confused. Was he a man then, Olivia? And for you to act as if you blurted out the fact that he had caught an STD, again, what does that say about you, Olivia? If you knew this man was sleeping around prior to you getting with him, because you claim he shared all his tea with you, all his little rendezvous and how he was going out of the country to, mess with other women and how Nisha was dumb and how she, allows him to cheat on her. You knew he was having all these random one-night stands with these women. And you knew he caught a STD. And yet you still not only chose to sleep and mess with him for 5 months, but you chose to sleep with him unprotected. Because when the people asked, did you use a condom? You said, unfortunately, no, I didn't, you guys. But I went to the doctor, I got tested, and I'm good. Are you dumb? You knew this man was out here having unprotected sex, and you decided that it would be a great idea for you to also sleep with him unprotected. But you got self-worth and self-love and self-respect. You want to call Nisha desperate and slow. But what does that make you? It makes you look desperate and slow for you to willingly sleep with a man unprotected, knowing that he had caught STDs prior to you. That speaks of desperation to the highest. Girl, this is not making any sense, Olivia. You're not making any sense, girl.
Okay? So, I don't know. Life happens, things happen in life for a reason, and I really feel like it's just to wake you up, to snap you back in reality, to get your shit together, because for whatever reason, I needed that little portion of my life to happen that way, to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now? Like I had to actually see myself, lower myself to hop back in bed with that person. Literally lower myself to deal with that person. And it's just like, I saw it in real time. Like, present time, real time. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? So anyway, it's just a trip. It's just a trip. Life is a trip. Other women stand up for the foolishness, bird brain behavior. Yeah, it is bird brain behavior, but there's a lot of bird brains. It's just, it is what it is. I think there's more bird brains than real women. Real women. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Wait, he got gonorrhea? I'm not saying anything. I'm sorry, that slipped. I'm not saying anything. Like I always, who are you calling? No! Okay, he's over here. She's over here calling people. I've said enough. I don't care, Kailani. You're not
saying anything, but you literally just said a mouthful. Girl, and to say that slipped, we know that did not slip. You wanted to say what you said, Olivia, because you're being spiteful. You're mad at the outcome of your 5-month affair. It did not go as you had hoped. It did not go as you had planned. So now you're mad and you're being spiteful. And you're trying to, and have been trying to get your get back. But to try to make it seem like, oh, it slipped. I didn't mean to say that. Girl, stop.
I'm getting my phone. No. Here you go. Like I said, literally lowered myself. And I seen it. And I was clocked by the Most High. By the Most High. Not by bitches on YouTube. Not by losers out here. Not by... Stop. Not by anybody other than the Most High. Clocked my tea. Okay? Okay? Yeah, that's wild and reckless. It's extremely wild and reckless. It's extremely wild and reckless. That's what I'm saying. Certain people in life, you will know that they're not good for you because they bring you down. 100%. 100%. Oh yes, 100%. They bring you right down. They bring you to their level. You have to. That's why I don't want to date anybody, and that's why I'm not looking for no man. I could have a man right now. I could have a couple men. Why can't I? Because the internet says I shouldn't? No, I could if I wanted to. I could have a man if I was living in my car. I could have a man whenever the fuck I want to have a man. But I don't want a man because I don't want a man on my level. I don't want a man who's working on himself, getting his shit together. No, thank you. I'm good. I want a man who's up here, has his shit together, been established, been has some money, have a name for himself, blah, 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 blah. And I damn sure don't want somebody down here. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what job you do. I don't care. That type of shit, it is important, but if you are a shitty, disgusting, horrible ass person, but you have a good job, no.
I mean, Olivia, I hate to break this to you again because I've said this before, but the men that you want that are above you and that are, on a higher level than you, they're not checking for you, Olivia. You're not even in their eyesight for them to check you. You're nowhere around them. And for you to say that you don't want anyone beneath you, I mean, I mean, we've seen choices you've made in the past. Maybe you have evolved from that point. I don't know. But I'm just looking at this whole situation like, Olivia, you really don't need to be in no type of relationship right now. The only relationship you need to be with or be in with is a relationship with yourself and your children. Because there's just too much there that you have still yet to address, that you have still yet to work on. And all a man does is it clouds your judgment. It clouds your sense of being able to make better choices. You really don't know how to put your children first when you are in a relationship. So yeah, being with a man for you right now is definitely the last thing you should be thinking about. But again, I don't know in what world do you think you will be able to get a man that has their stuff together, has the money, the status, the intelligence that you're looking for when you have nothing to contribute. I think that's wild, and it's very delusional.
And if you're a great person and you don't have a job, no. Like, I want a perfect balance, okay? Yeah. So, anyway, you are who you hang with. Yes, 100%. And when I was doing what I was doing, I told you guys, I was drinking. I started drinking. I was doing a lot of foolish things. I was doing things that was not of Olivia. I fell off my diet. Oh, I was doing a lot of stupid things. It's girl, I already know that's disgusting to be sleeping with him unprotected. But look, I'm not even trying to make this conversation about him. I'm not. Look, whenever I have to talk about my kids though, unfortunately, he gets brought up, obviously. So before, oh my God, she's talking about him again. Girl, bye. Okay. I'm not y'all. Okay, he's not the prize in my eyes. Like he's the prize in a lot of you females' eyes. No, that's not a prize to me. And I don't want to even talk about it, but I was doing really bad. I told you guys. He said, you should gain your weight back. I should gain my weight back. Oh, okay. You really want to see me down bad, huh? You like to see Olivia down bad. That's crazy work. When he said that shit to me, Ew, just disgusting. Just gross. Just gross. Oh, he lost his marbles. Girl, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so funny to me. I don't know what people were trying to do. But people are always going to do this. Until I have a man. And just wait till I have a man. And I'm talking about a real man. Okay, I'm not talking about a man. I'm not talking about any type of man I've had in my past. Okay, nothing like that. I'm talking about a real man. Okay, a real man. I think that people are just going to keep doing that. You know, they're going to keep trying to, oh, he went here and her life is falling apart. It's like, girl, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. He can go to the moon, bitch. I'm still not going to be like, you know why I wanted to plan a vacation with him? To take our kids. To take our children. So the children can see something new other than the four walls of Texas. That's it. Or not even Texas, Dallas. That's it, and that's all. Okay, that's what got me going. Taking my kids somewhere. Not going anywhere with him. You guys got the game really fucked up, honestly, truly.
We got the game messed up, but you were the one who chose to sleep with him because you wanted to get your lick back. You wanted to prove to the internet that you could have him, and you believed that he was going to leave Nisha for you. But we're the one who got the game messed up. Okay, girl. And let's also be very clear, Olivia, you wanted to go on that vacation for you as well. It wasn't just about the kids, and I'm so tired of you trying to make it seem like you slept with Jerrod because you was trying to get your kids back. You did not think about those kids for those 5 months you was enjoying yourself sleeping with him. Was you thinking about your kids when you was at the gas station in the truck? Like, Olivia, please stop it. Like, nobody is believing the narrative that you did what you did because you was desperate to get your kids back. When you saw after the first episode of y'all hooking up and things didn't go your way, that was your indication right there that it wasn't going to go your way. You came on here and said, what did you have to lose because he had already took your kids away. So again, what was the point of you sleeping with him other than the fact that you wanted to? Like, let's keep it a buck, Olivia.
I'm sorry to say that. But anyway, knock it off and grow it. That's all I gotta say. Just knock it off and grow it. That's it, and that's all. People need to grow up because, you know, it's getting a little old now. I don't care if I was living in a shack. I don't care if I was living, like, literally a shack. Okay, on the side of the road. If I was living under the bridge. Girl, I don't care. I'm not in that fucking house. I'm not living around that man. I'm not sleeping with that man. I'm not, ugh. So, yeah, so just knock it off. In my eyes, my life is going pretty good. Because I'm not fucking around with him. And you guys would never understand that unless you dealt with a narcissist like that. You'll never understand that control. You'll never understand what I'm talking about. So, it is what it is. But I'm happy. I'm working on myself. I'm building a future for my children and I. And when I build that future and I get to where I want to be, I'm going to meet the most perfect man who doesn't sleep with the whole city and town. Okay? I'm going to meet the most perfect man who would never hurt me for sport. I'm going to meet the most perfect man who would never break my heart. And you bitches are going to be sitting there with your men who go and cheat on you but come back home at night because he has to. Okay? And I'm not talking about just that lady over there. I'm talking about everybody who cuts for her. All y'all will be in the same predicament, girl. And I'll be getting loved the right way. You see, when you work a little bit harder for something, it pays off in the end. But when you settle for anything, babe, that's what you get. Anything. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. Give that to me right now. Kailani, give it. You want your baba? Do you want your baba? A narc never wants you at your best. Got to be at your lowest. Yeah, and you know what? I used to have that. Remember, I used to have that like fat girl mentality of, oh, I'm so sexy, and I'm, you know, that delusional shit that we have sometimes.
Wow. Now you hear Olivia saying that when she was a fat girl, saying that, you know, she was all beautiful and she looked good and she was bomb. She's admitting right now that she was delusional. I want y'all to catch this because Olivia gained a lot of following because what she called confidence was actually not confidence. She's telling you right here she was being delusional when she was saying that she looked good and she was, all about being sexy and for her weight and, trying to act as if she was cool with her weight. She's telling you right here she was being delusional and she was being dishonest. But now that she's lost the weight, now she's saying that was delusion. She really wasn't confident. But this was what she spent on her channel to other women who were also of the same body type. It's like this girl is so disingenuous and she says things as it pertains to her. Whatever her situation is, that is the narrative she's going to push. Once she's no longer in that situation, her narrative is going to flip. Her views is going to flip. How she looks at herself is going to flip. Her belief system will flip. It changes according to whatever situation she's in. And that is a narcissist. That is someone who cannot deal with their own reality, so they have to create a false perception so that they can feel somewhat comfortable being in that predicament in that moment. But once it changes, everything else will follow suit. Everything else will change as well.
It's funny because on the internet, it seems like people are always comparing and trying to shame the next person because of their life decisions. And I don't know. And I really feel like it's deflection. Like they're trying to do that maybe to deflect from their own poor life decision and their own like I feel like those people really hate their life, like for real. And that's what I look forward to. And not just for me, for my children as well. The fact that they have to endure so much caused by me. I'm not even going to take the blame off of me. No, half of the blame is completely on me because I played into the game with their father. And what I'm not doing anymore is playing into that same fucking game that we've been playing for the last 5 years. I'm not playing it. I've been told you guys what this whole game is about. It's about control and domination. It's about controlling Olivia and dominating Olivia, getting Olivia exactly where you want her to be and doing that by controlling the kids. That's what this whole game has been about, okay? And I pretty much proved that this last couple months, okay? And once again, when Olivia took herself out of the equation, then of course, oh, now you can't see the kids, now you can't talk to the kids, now I'm changing my number, now da, 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 da. It's like, okay, it's the same game over and over and over and over, and I'm not playing that game anymore. So God will right these wrongs, and when he does, then that whole situation will be handled. But there's so much more to my life than that situation. And my kids and I, we will live a very good life. My kids will be able to be where they want to be, because that's what it's about. It's not about the internet. I don't give a fuck who you think is the better parent, who's the more qualified parent, who's this, who's that. I don't care about none of that shit. It's about the kids. Even if I was in a 1-bedroom shack, barely making it, if I had enough to feed them, clothe them, bathe them, and take care of them, and the kids wanted to be with me, I am the better parent for them, because that's where they want to be. That's where the kids want to be. It's up to the kids where they want to be. They're not infants. They're kids who can walk and talk and think for themselves. And if you know your kids want to be with their mother and you're keeping them from their mother, you're an evil person. And vice versa. If the kids want to be with their father and you're keeping them from their father, you're an evil person. That game is not okay on either side. And that's why I don't play that game, right?
Well, I am glad to hear Olivia say that she is willing to take blame, some of the blame for, what has transpired as a result when it comes to how her children are being affected by this situation between her and Jerrod. Because this is what I've been saying for a while now. But with all of that being said, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. It's OneLove, and I'm out.